Hello, 2nd and 3rd grade, and welcome back to music class. Today we are wrapping up our Holiday Classics unit with a Christmas song that I'm sure every single one of you might possibly know. It goes something like this. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your king. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. I thought that would be the best way to close out this Holiday Classics unit, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that song because, again, it's a song that we all know and it's worth knowing more about, I think. So, first things first, we have to talk about a little bit of the history behind the song. So, this is another one of those songs that no one really knows where it came from. It's just always been around. And many people think that it was written in the 1600s, but we're not really sure. And we really have no idea who wrote it. So my question for you is this. If we don't know who wrote the song, and we're not really sure when it was written, then what kind of song would it be? Would it be a folk song? Would it be a classical song? Would it be a jazz song? Or would it be a pop song? What kind would it be? If you guessed folk, that is correct. This is another folk song because, again, we have no idea who wrote the song. No one really knows who wrote it. And we think we might know when it was written, but it's really just a myth. It's more of a rumor, a legend. No one really knows when it was written. So here's the second thing that I want to talk about with this song, and that is the story behind it, okay? And here's the thing, is no one quite knows what the actual story is, but there's a pretty cool myth behind the story, okay? And that's what I want to tell you now. Okay, so my first question is this. Have you ever been Christmas caroling? So the reason I ask is because legend says that We Wish You a Merry Christmas was first performed in the 1600s. And that was a super long time ago as a Christmas carol. But here's the catch. It wasn't just any old Christmas caroling. Okay, like when me and you, if we were to go Christmas caroling, we would just go to someone's door, knock on it, they'd open it, and we'd sing, and we'd all laugh, and then we'd say goodbye, and then that would be that. But Christmas caroling was a little bit different in the 1600s, okay? And here's why. The people who would Christmas carol were the peasants, or the people who didn't feel like they really had a lot. And so what they would do is they would go to the houses of the rich, the most rich, and they would knock on their door and they would sing songs, but not for fun. They would sing songs to try and get the rich to give them food, okay? So essentially, what they would do is the peasants in the 1600s would go Christmas caroling and sing songs specifically to try and to get the rich to give them food. They thought that if they sang for them, the rich would give them food. So here's what they would do. The peasants would go to the most rich and they knock on their door, and when the rich would open the door, they would burst into song and they'd go, We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And they'd sing it and the rich would say, Oh, hello, 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 it's nice to meet you. But they wouldn't stop there. The peasants would then sing this. You might have heard this part of the song before, you might not. But this is what they would sing next. They'd say, Now bring us some figgy pudding, now bring us some figgy pudding, now bring us some figgy pudding, and bring it right here. So that was their way of asking for food. They would essentially be asking for figgy pudding. Have you ever had figgy pudding? I've never had figgy pudding, but I don't know if it's good or not. I think it's just a type of pudding. But what they would be doing is they would be standing there on their doorstep and they'd be saying, just please bring us some figgy pudding. But they would be singing it. They'd be asking for it through singing the song. And they wouldn't stop there though. Then if the rich said, no, we don't really have any extra, no, it's okay, then the peasants would sing this. it. They would say, we won't go until we get some. And so legend goes that these peasants would stand there on the doorstep and just sing and sing and sing until the rich finally said, okay. We will bring you some figgy pudding. And then, once the rich gave the peasants the figgy pudding, the peasants would be on their way, and they would go to the next house and do the same thing again. We're not quite sure if this is the right story behind the song, but it's what we think is the right story, and I think it's kind of fascinating, which is why I wanted to tell it. And again, the story just goes that this We Wish You a Merry Christmas was first sung in the 1600s by peasants who would go caroling, and they would carol as a way of looking for food. And they'd go and they'd first sing, we wish you a Merry Christmas, and then they'd sing, now bring us some figgy pudding, and then they would sing, we won't go until we get some, so bring it right here. Okay? That is essentially the story behind We Wish You a Merry Christmas. So we're going to end this with one last sing-along, okay? So I'm going to sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas, and I'm going to sing Now Bring Us Some Figgy Pudding, and I'm going to sing We Won't Go Until We Get Some, and I want you to sing it with me, okay? We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin, good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding, now bring us some figgy pudding, so bring us some figgy pudding and bring it right here. We won't go until we get some, we won't go until we get some, we won't go until we get some, so bring it right here. We wish you a Merry Christmas one last time. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.